Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the carnivore diet again. I chose the name White Carnivore Explained for my channel. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to make sure that the audience, whoever watches this, knows what it's basically about. I'm not a carnivore guru by any means. I eat mostly meat. The reason I do that is because it makes me feel good. It also helps me to it causes you to not want all the sugar. After you've been eating this way for maybe 60 days, 60 to 90 days, it really changes your appetite and what you desire to eat, which is really why some people say it's a food freedom. I do drink coffee, which is not carnivore, so there you go. That's one of my vices I just can't seem to kick, but it doesn't seem to affect me that much. Try to cut back on it, and then toward the evening, I drink maybe a couple cups of decaffeinated coffee. So there you go. A lot of times when you go to these YouTube videos, you'll find that people have been very sick, and that was their last resort, really, to go to this carnivore diet, which has helped thousands. If you do the research, it's amazing how it's helped people. But for myself, I'm pretty fortunate. I never really got really sick. I've been pretty close to diabetic because one time the doctor he said I was borderline diabetic, and that scared me. So what I did some research, figured out that it was the sugar that's causing your blood sugar to go up and your insulin to stay high, and so I just cut out sugar. But so I wasn't seriously sick at the time, and I never have been. I just do it because I want to feel good. A lot of people, they want to lose weight, which is just part of that. You will naturally lose weight, which is incredible because you probably will eat more than you've ever eaten because you can eat a lot of steak. But the thing is, when you eat a certain amount of steak, of course, you're gonna not want any more at the time, and you're not going to be hungry for quite some time. So it's a very good way to try to lose weight, but mostly it's a good way to feel good, to be healthy. And I still, at 72 years, I still work out. I try to maintain. As you get older, they got this thing called sarcopenia, which it's really the shrinking of the muscles. And once that happens, it's really hard to get it back. So it's just when you get this age, you want to just maintain. And so going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week is really does pay off. Just to stay healthy. Maybe not as healthy as you were when you were in your 20s, but feeling pretty good at 70. So that's my story there. Growing up, I was a fat kid. I had a nickname. I grew up with 11. There was 11 kids in the family, and I had my oldest brother had a nickname for me, and I don't, he's a kid, so I don't blame him. I love him, but my nickname was Fat Man. So that, I could have laughed it off, but that stuck in my mind. All my childhood, I was thinking, okay, what do I do? I don't want to be fat. I don't want to be. Back then in the '60s, if you were a little bit heavy, it really stood out because there weren't a whole lot of fat kids back then. So that had an effect on me. I think that really did have a psychological effect and probably helped me in the long run because I've always been trying to figure out a way to be healthy and to not be too heavy, not be dangerously healthy, heavy, I guess I should say. So the reason I've come to carnivore is because I just heard so many nice, wonderful stories about those who have tried it and have really improved their health. It's not a miracle because it's the way I think that humans really were made to eat. A lot of the what they call ultra processed foods are exactly what is making you fat. The high sugar, high salt, um, you know, unnatural fats, that type of thing is really starting to affect a lot of people. I have friends they have either borderline or they're diabetic, and sadly, I think this diet was really, if you could do it, it would really help. So anyway, I thought I'd explain a little bit about why I say my channel is White Carnivore Explained. I can explain it personally but I'm not a doctor. So, you know, if you are real sick, you might want to mention it to your doctors. Most doctors, though, won't go for this type of diet. You know, they go by the old paradigm, which is, you know, eat less, move more, you know, that kind of thing, low fat, that kind of thing. It's actually the opposite. But, you know, do your research, you know, figure it out on your own. But I'm just telling you what I have done in the past. So thank you for listening. I am going to show a few things today because I'm going to be cooking a little bit. I think I've done that before. I've put some videos out. Didn't really catch on, but I'm just going to keep trying. So I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, we're outside now. I'm just going to go over here and get ready to cook some hamburger patties right here. And this is, again, I've showed this before. This is what I usually cook on right here. Right now we're going to cook these up. This is Kirkland, and they're all ready to go, grass-fed, 100% grass-fed. So this is what I use, and I'll just throw them on the grill real quick, and I'm sure you know how to do this, but I'm going to show you anyway. There you have it, a full plate of patties. It'll probably last me, I'd say at least a couple weeks. You know, I have other things too I got prepared. But what I really like about the carnivore diet is its simplicity. You know, you're not having to cook up a bunch of vegetables, make a big salad, that kind of thing. You can if you want, but I'm staying off most of the carbs, so that's how I do it. I hope you enjoyed this part of it, and I'll conclude with it.